Ladies and gentlemen, this is Genzio out here at Aus Crypto Con. Today I'm joined by Jeremy from Boston Trading Co. Jeremy, thanks for hopping on today. How's it going?
Really well. Thank you for coming back.
Excellent. Yeah, so how's Aus Crypto Con going for you? This is day two. What's been the highlights?
It's been really exciting. Most of our investors don't come to these sort of conventions because our investors are people who just want to invest in crypto without understanding crypto. So I'm here talking to a lot of founders, talking to a lot of projects, finding out a lot of information and connecting with people. So then we can educate our investors as to this is why we bought into this project. This is how it works. This is what it does. And it's really great to meet people in the industry and then connect them with other people in the industry because we know a lot of them and some of them are missing parts of their puzzle. They're looking for a developer, they're looking for a head of marketing, they're looking for a new mission. They want to emerge in a new country. And we go, oh, we actually know somebody there. We know somebody who works in that field. So we can connect a few of these people. That's been a lot of fun.
Sure. Right on. So why don't you kind of give us some background on Boston Trading Co. What is it? How long have you guys been operating and what's in the roadmap for the near term future?
Okay. My background is 32 years in the stock market. And again, most people own shares, but they don't actually buy them themselves. They go through a mutual fund, BlackRock's, Vanguard's, Fidelity's, these sort of things. So when I got into crypto 10 years ago, I thought this is like a little tiny stock market. I know how to do the stock market. I know how to invest. And I started investing, making a lot of money, taught a few of my friends how to do it. And they went, oh, we got no time because we're busy, we've got kids, whatever. So I went, oh, we'll just create a mutual fund because that's what they do in the stock market and the property market and everything else. So we created a mutual fund for cryptocurrency, fully diversified into 30, 40 different coins, because when Bitcoin goes down, something else goes up,
Sure.
right? It's like when there's a plane crash, something else goes up. When property goes down, stocks go up.
Yeah.
So we diversify into different things. We also buy the infrastructure because if a new XYZ coin comes out that's way better than Bitcoin, everyone goes to the exchange and sells their Bitcoin. So the exchange makes money, we own the exchange, therefore we make money even while the market's going down. So it's basic, very simple, diversified crypto mutual fund. Started in January 2016. For 8 years, we've outperformed Bitcoin because, again, every now and then Bitcoin goes down. We've got the other thing that goes up. And we promote full transparency so people can see exactly what they're invested in, any tick of the clock, no lockup periods, none of that stuff. It's just pure, simple. The mutual funds are used to, but obviously in crypto.
Right on. So what kind of fundamentals do you look for when you are looking at a potential investment? Maybe, when you have to explain something to your clients of why you invested in something, what are the main fundamentals that you look for in a project or a product?
That's a really good question. I'm not sure we've got time to answer it.
Sure.
My first book I wrote was about the stock market. There's 9 criteria to choose your own stocks and make sure you didn't lose. For crypto, we've actually trimmed that down to 4. There's 4 criteria. We give away the secret sauce for free. So bostontrading.co is the website where we have the mutual fund. But bostontrading.club is where we actually give away. There's a 4-step process. So for people who want to choose their own coins and invest in their own stuff, that's cool. You're not going to be my customer, but the least we can do is show you how we do what we do, how we actually select the criteria. Because in thousands and thousands, probably 10,000 trades over the last 10 years, we've never had a single coin go to zero. We didn't get caught up by investing into Sam Bankman-Fried or any of this sort of stuff.
Sure.
Not one coin has gone to zero, whereas probably almost 90% of the crypto market is a lot of meme coins and stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll educate you. BostonTrading.club is where we educate you so you don't lose money if you want to do it yourself. And if you want someone to do it for you, obviously, we'll charge you a fee for that.
Sure. Okay. So, it seems like, you've been at it for a while, 2016, impressive that nothing's gone to zero. Did you guys not invest in the ICO craze at all?
Well, we do a research, like same as you do with stocks. We check out who's running the show, what their experience is, what the offering is. Because like a meme coin like Pepe or like I don't like Joe Biden coin or whatever, like, does it do anything? Does it solve any problems, right? Because the companies who are around now, the companies who survived the global financial crisis, the companies who have survived World War II, they do something, they sell something, they solve a problem. So yeah, we don't go for the ICO craze. There's 90% of the ones that come out don't last 2 years. So we research into them, find the ones that are going to go well. And I was sharing before, like we bought Sui a year ago before it went up by 750%. We went into Solana 5 or 6 years ago when it was 18 cents before it cracked $180.
Yeah.
Just by doing our research, the same way we research into the stock market is the same way we research crypto.
Yeah.
Just slow and steady.
Yeah, I mean, Solana is an interesting one for me in particular. Now, I don't know, this is a bit of a controversial take, but I'm personally not a huge fan of Solana, right? It's very centralized. They've got an on-off switch.
Yep.
You're dealing with slots instead of blocks. It's a interesting technology. Could you maybe expand on why your team decided to make that investment when it was 18 cents?
Well, Solana came out and they said, we're going to be basically like Ethereum, but bigger, faster, cheaper, better. And so we looked at it, we did our fundamental analysis and went, yeah, they've got a bit of a go. We put 1% of our portfolio into it because if it doesn't go well, we lose 1%. We can recover from that.
Sure.
But if it does go well, then obviously we make money. And as it turned out, Solana did go well. So it went from 1% of our portfolio to all of a sudden it was like 15% of our portfolio. I thought if they go broke now, 15% is going to hurt.
Yeah.
So we sell off the Solana, we rebalance, we put back into Bitcoin and some other projects until right now we're sitting like 5 or 6% Solana. So if Solana disappeared tomorrow, we don't care. We've moved on. And we can put our 1% into something else and something else and something else.
I see.
So, I mean, Solana, yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Polygon. Some other blockchains that are also coming up now and saying, we're like this, but we're cheaper and better and faster.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, do you want to pay $7 or $8 in gas fees, or do you want to pay an eighth of 1 cent? So the market will go towards whatever's cheapest, as long as it's good quality, as long as it delivers. There's no point having a really, really cheap blockchain, not mentioning IOTA or Dagcoin, because those ones charge nothing.
Sure.
But then how reliable are they? Who's working on it? Why is the infrastructure any good? If it's not making any money, how is it going to remain profitable over time? So we do a lot of analysis. And yeah, we move on as time goes on.
Sure. Makes sense. So, clearly you've got quite an extensive background in traditional finance. You've been established for quite a while in the Web3 ecosystem as well. I'm curious to hear your take on meme coins, right? And I mean, myself, I've been, in DeFi for the greater part of the last 5 years. I've dabbled a little bit, but just anecdotally, I've never seen them as hot as they are right now, right? There was one the other day had $400 million in volume, 24-hour volume on chain, $400 million.
Yeah.
So what's your take on that? What's your take on the craze? It's hotter now than it's ever been. What do you think is going to happen here?
So meme coins, by definition, it comes and goes, right? So a few weeks ago, I was in the States. It was before the election. There was a lot of like Trump T-shirts and girls for Trump and blah, 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 blah. All this stuff was being sold. If he lost the election, all that inventory is worthless, right? But someone is making money because there's someone who's supplying the ink for the T-shirts, or someone who's supplying the cotton for the T-shirts. So when we look at a new meme coin, we go, oh, that's cute, that's funny. But 2 days later, it doesn't make you laugh, right? You've got to be very quick in and out with the meme coins. But we look at the infrastructure and say, what's this meme coin running on? Is it on the Binance? Is it on Solana? Is it on whatever?
Right.
Because no matter which meme coin you're buying or selling, those guys are winning, which is why we bought into the fiber optics and we bought into the exchanges, because it doesn't matter whether Bitcoin's going up, down, or sideways. Fiber optics making money, the exchange is making money.
Yeah.
So with my own money, if it's my own money, yeah, I'll throw $5 into something I think is funny. But for investors' money, we buy the infrastructure. That's a far safer play.
Sure.
And you don't have to time it so well as to get in and out within 24 hours.
Have you seen any desire from some of your clients to maybe get into that market at all?
If the clients want to get into meme coins, again, we show them the 4-step protocol.
Sure.
And sometimes the management team can't be found. Sometimes the offering is nothing.
Right.
So it's 2 red flags straight away. But if they want to do it, sure, do it with your own money. Basically look at it as a gamble. Like when you go and like there's 7 horses racing, throw $100 on one. If you can afford to lose $100, that's your gamble. But 80% of your money at least should be invested in the long-term, sustainable, the blockchain development and the underlying infrastructure.
Sure. So now I want to take a second. We've got some Boston Trading Co. merch on the table here. I was presented with this bottle of something that I'm yet to open. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Let's see what's in this bottle.
Go ahead. So we've got our Forever pencils, guaranteed to last for 10 years. We've got Boston Trading watches. And the water bottle is
an umbrella. No, I'm not going to open this inside because that's bad luck. At least in the States it is. Not sure about Australia, but that's quite the clever contraption.
The other
here.
thing is when you take the brolly outside, you get wet and you want to put it in your bag.
Oh.
You don't want it leaking on your computer or your clothes. So having it inside the water bottle, waterproof.
And you get an emergency water supply, right?
So you can drink it.
Amazing. Well, it's the last day. Anything on the horizon for you before the conference wraps up?
Mate, there's supposed to be some sort of party tonight, but I'm actually jumping on a plane tonight.
Okay.
Got a lot of appointments, a lot of
Sure.
stuff going on because we did like this. This is only 2 days here in Sydney, but I've just come off of 22 days right across the US, talking to a lot of people about crypto. Got a lot of clients, a lot of inquiries, a lot of meetings coming up. Supposed to be in Thailand and where's the other one? I don't know.
Sure.
And in Davos at the World Economic Forum, I'm booked in for January.
Hmm.
So a lot of travel and a lot of talking to clients in between. So I'm literally flying out tonight, missing the party so I can actually get some work done.
Sure. Well, it's probably a proper decision, right? Speaking of the World Economic Forum, do you hold any WorldCoin? That's the name of their token, isn't it? World?
No, WorldCoin is the one that scans your eyeballs.
Okay.
Yeah, World Economic Forum. That's all the like. You have to be worth $150 billion to get through the door.
Sure.
These are the movers and shakers. These are the like the Rothschilds and the secret cabals
sure.
and then the important
And
guys.
the Jeremys, right?
Yeah, well, they got to learn about blockchain. It's the
Sure,
future.
sure.
You know, I don't have $150 billion. I'll go on record as saying that. So if they want to kick me out, they want to kick me out. But these guys need to learn where the future of the world is going to be. And what's shaping the world, you know, what the interest rates are going to be in different countries, about central bank digital currencies, whether they're bringing them in, whether they're not bringing them in, how that's going to help the government, how that's going to help tracking, how that's going to impact on privacy.
Sure.
There's a lot of stuff going on that the world leaders need to get together and talk about blockchain.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Well, anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Number one thing I would say is diversify, please, for the love of God. Whether you invest with us or whether you invest with somebody else, there's a lot of people out there who just like they've got a Bitcoin fund, they've got an Ethereum fund. Some people bought Bitcoin like I did back when it was a couple of dollars, and now they're sitting on like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Need to diversify, not just into crypto, but also, you know, get a little bit of property, get a little bit of stocks and shares, because sooner or later something happens. There is a crash in one market somewhere, and if you're in 5 markets, you can ride that out.
Sure. You know, and just to kind of put something on top of that, you know, I think experience is the main attribute to good advice, right? And you're clearly very experienced in traditional finance. You've been in this industry for quite a while. So, you know, folks, you should probably listen to Jeremy here.
I back in the olden days, before you were born, I bought my first house in 1999. So I took out a big mortgage, right? The year after that, I took out a mortgage 5 times the size of my house loan and put it in the stock market, right? I'm a stock market guy. This is what I do. So big risk, big risk. About 6 months later, where there was a thing called the plane crash, 9/11, 2001. Stocks, wham, way down. I was diversified, thank God, and I also had my stocks insured. So the stocks that plummeted like a hot rock, I could actually hand back to the lender, and the stocks that went up, I could actually walk away with.
I see.
So yeah, there's every now and then there's a crash. So I've been through 92 crash, 2001 crash, 2008 global financial crisis, 2022 pandemic crash.
Right.
You know, there's lots of them. Always diversify and protect yourself.
Sure. I'm curious, the stock insurance, was that actual insurance, or were those like puts on the stocks you held, or what was that?
Yeah. So most people don't understand puts and calls. I just say had insurance in case.
Okay.
Like when
sure.
when you buy a house, you insure the house in case it burns down. You buy a car, you insure the car in case it gets stolen. So you can put puts and calls on your stocks. There are derivatives now being released for crypto. So I wouldn't suggest you borrow for crypto, but if you do, cover your ass.
Sure. Well, thank you so much, Jeremy. Where can people find out more about you, more about Boston Trading Co.?
Yeah, so if you want to do it yourself, it's bostontrading.club. If you want someone to do it for you, bostontrading.co. And that's my dog. So if you're wondering why I don't have a Boston accent, it's because I've got 2 little Boston Terriers at home. So
Awesome. Well, in the true nature of crypto, naming it after the dog.
absolutely, it works.
Cheers. Well, thank you so much. Pleasure.
Thanks, Evan. Thank you.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
No, we do not understand. Because we do not understand.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're back at the Genzio Media House.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today.